Keenan Chenholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Delray, West Virginia, checking out 6.75 acres, lot number 3 of Crescent Crossing subdivision. This development's been here since like the mid-90s. As you can see, the lot has a driveway on it that comes in. Little 20 by 20 garage there. Owner has his tractor and brush hog in there. But the floor's poured in the building. We'll go in there and check that out. But just look at the views you got here. Mountain views. That's North River Mountain that you're looking at there. You're kind of facing south here. You got a couple options for a building site. You can, kind of right in here on the bank, overlooking the pond. And if you look at the plat, which we'll do here in a minute, they show the building site, a proposed building site over there, kind of about where that cedar tree and stuff is, and it's perked. This lot's been perked. The septic will be down in there. Your well will be over here about where I'm standing. Property line goes over to about that fence row over there with the neighbor, and down to Route 29 South, which if you see the car going by down there, the lot fronts on Route 29 South, comes right up the subdivision road and curls right around here like this. So you got a road on 3 sides of it. Super easy to get to. We're about 5 miles or so off of Route 50, I'd say, 5-6 miles between like Route 50 and Rye, West Virginia here. Easy location. Just look at this pond. I haven't measured this pond, but I'm just going to look at it and tell you it's somewhere between it's probably about a third of an acre, I'd say. And it is full of fish. Try to see if I can zoom in on one here. I've seen them jumping and moving around in here. But, and of course, you got cedar trees here around the pond. I'm sorry the way the sun is today. I'm probably blinding everybody. But, beautiful pond. I mean, what a feature of pond. Oh, there's something jumped right there. Fish just to look at. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized pond. I'd say it's probably about a third of an acre or so. I can see some sunfish in there right now. Let's see if I can get that bass swimming there. I don't know how I can't see here because of the glare on my phone, but some bass. There's a nicer bass right there. Maybe I can zoom in on him. Yeah, you can see him right there. But just look at this. Oh my. Okay. I'll have to get out there and zoom in. He's got some big grass carp in here. I was wondering what in the world that was, but there's some big grass carp in this pond. Let me zoom in there. I don't know if you can see him going out through there like that. It's a couple big old grass carp. The pond is clean. Now, when we go up here and look at the plat, I'll show you. You could see how this hasn't been mowed down in here. This is a wetlands area. You can't do anything in this part in here. And you'll see that on the plat. And North River is a crossroad. Like if you could see over there, those folks have some campers and stuff, and North River is just beyond that. And a portion of this property is in the flood zone. North River, the flood zone from North River actually comes across 29 South there just a little bit. Doesn't affect the building site on this lot whatsoever, but pretty much all your ground here is clear. It'd be great for a little farmette, if you wanted to have some livestock and that sort of thing. Great for that. And you can have a double wide here. Double wides and modulars are okay. You can't have a single wide here. This development, I've sold several things in here over the years. It's a nice little development. Like I said, been here since like the mid-90s. Look there. There was a deer bedded down right there in the grass. Let's check out the dock here. It's in pretty good shape. Yeah. There's a pretty nice sunny swimming around right there. But great place to fish, like I said, nice place to look at. I would tell you here, you know, if you wanted to have somebody build you a pond this size, it's probably about 15 grand. That building right there with the poured floor in it and everything, probably another 8 to 10 grand. So you probably got about 20, and you know, you do have a little driveway roughed in here. And look, there's a watering trough right there. That's probably from the old farm. There's a watering trough there for animals, a circular watering trough. And once again, look at the views. North River Valley, here's what you're in. This is called the North River Valley, and that's North River Mountain over there. But I tell you what, I'm gonna stop the video here, and then I'm gonna go get the plat out and stuff, and then we'll go inside and check out the building. Keenan Shanholtz here again, track 3 and Crescent crossing. Just want to show you here the map of the lot, and the sun is probably not right for this, but just want to show you, as you can see here, I mean, it's pretty well square lot. Here's the flood map. As you can see, what's in blue there, man, the lighting's terrible for this, I'm sorry. The blue part's in the floodplain there, so not much of it, the part down there by the road. And probably most importantly, I'm gonna try to turn this and shade it. So when you see this little square, excuse me, right here, back in the 90s, when they were doing these subdivisions and stuff, they had the surveyor locate the septic reserve area, and that's, you know, when it's pre-platted like that, that means it's good, you know, forever. And then this is supposedly the house site, and the well site's this little triangle up here if you want to know how to read these plats. But so it's got a pre-platted septic reserve area on it, you know, so it's got a perk. It's got power, as you can see here along the road. So power and perked, you know, a well here is not going to be very deep, probably, you know, somewhere between 200 and 300 foot at the most. Should get plenty of water out here. And we'll go down here and check out the building. I mean, you know, like I said, you could build, build over in there. I mean, the owner, they've had this lot for about 10 years. And they had spoke with a builder, and I think we're going to build here, you know, on this little hill, you know, little hump here, you know, overlooking the pond, which is the most elevated site on the property, in which case, you know, you'd run, you know, pipe your septic, you know, over in here to the drain field area like that, you know, and have your well probably over in a corner somewhere. But, I mean, the views here are so nice. And like I said, if you wanted to have like a little farmette and have some animals and stuff, I mean, you could see the neighbors fenced over there, and I don't know if they have any animals there at the time, but I believe they used to have horses in there at one time. And then neighbors got some chickens over here on this side, so it's okay. I mean, it'd be good for fine for some small livestock, or maybe a horse, you know, or two at the most. And like I said, double wides are okay, mods are okay. You know, but let's go in here. And, like I said, this building's 20 by 20. And as you can see, he's got his tractor in here and a brush hog. Now, if you own this lot, you're either going to have to buy a tractor and a brush hog, because this one doesn't come with, or just pay somebody to come out here and brush hog this lot. You know, that's probably the cheaper route as opposed to what a tractor costs and a brush hog these days. But and that little room in there, there's just like a little toilet in there. I don't know if it's an incinerator toilet or what, but it's just like a little bathroom stall in there. But, you know, nice metal frame building here. Like I said, 20 by 20, poured floor. You know, like I said, you can't discount. This is really important today. You know, if you're looking at a piece of land, if that piece of land has some infrastructure in place already, you have to factor that in, you know, for the price. Because, you know, even having somebody cut a little driveway in here like this, you know, people don't do that for free. You know, that's money. You know, the pond, like I said, to build a pond like that today, probably somebody charge you 15 grand to do that size. this building, you know, once again, I would tell you this building, if you wanted to replicate, it's probably $8,000-10,000 bucks. You know, so you got to factor that stuff in, you know, when you're considering a land purchase, you know, and value it. This is pretty dry over here to this side. I mean, your wet place is going to be down in here where the grass is high. And of course, you know, today's June the 7th. The month of May, we had 9 inches of rain here. We had another inch of rain. It's like a rainforest here lately. I mean, it won't stop raining. But, you know, however wet you see this ground now is about as wet as it's ever going to be. I mean, but this is dry out here on this hump, on this high spot out in here. You know, and you could even build out in there, you know, right down in here and have your septic down in there. I mean, you've got some options here as far as a building site goes. But almost 7 acres. You might as well just call it 7. Right off the paved road. Big pond. Nice building / garage here. Power and perked. Good location. Nice views. Come get it. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. Just wanted to show you kind of like the road frontage and the entrance down here on 3 Crescent crossings. As you can see here, I'm staying along Route 29 South here, or they call it Delray Road, you know, for a 911 address. But, you know, nice entrance here to the development. You know, nice signs and everything. Of course, this is the lot here. You know, it fronts, has a good bit of frontage here on 29 South. We're about 5 miles or so off of 50 here. But as you can see, I'll zoom in, you can see the garage up there. But I mean, super easy, convenient access. You know, easy getting in and out of here. No worries about that in the wintertime and stuff. You know, and I guess the address here, I'll have to verify this, is probably Delray. But Delray is just a spot on the map. Basically, it's right up the road there. But essentially, you're in between Route 50 and Rio here. So, but good entrance down here. You know, it's Saturday, so, you know, you probably have more traffic than usual, you know, on the weekend here. But nice lot.